Hey guys, what's going on? My name is Dia and welcome back to a brand new video. Today I have with me my voting for the 2025 Game Awards. Now, I just woke up. It is currently 9:30 in the morning. I literally just woke up, but I'm more here. But every year I try to vote for the Game Awards, whether I make a video on it or not. But this year I wanted to make my votes. Now, the majority of these are going to be voted on as a viewer's bias and type of thing, or viewer base. And what I mean that is, I've seen a lot of the nominations and I haven't played a lot of the games. Why? Multiplayer addict. And what I want to start doing is playing all the Game of the Years and then all the Game of the Year nominees, just to see kind of in comparison to what they played against in that year, what I thought they should have won. So without further ado, we're gonna jump straight into it. I know there's a lot. Last year my recording was an hour and a half, and I think I trimmed it down to under 30 minutes. So without further ado, let's get started. So this is our vote for Game of the Year, recognizing a game that delivers the absolute best experience across all creative and technical fields. We have Clair Obscure Expedition 33, Death Stranding 2, On the Beach, Donkey Kong Bonanza, Hades 2, Hollow Knight Silksong, and Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. Now, for me, again, I haven't played any of these games. I'm voting on this based on a viewer's perspective on what I think the best game was to watch. I'm gonna say, honestly, I'm gonna go with just what everyone else is probably gonna vote for, or at least the majority of people, is gonna be Clair Obscure Expedition 33. I watched a little bit of Donkey Kong Bonanza, and I actually think it looks kind of cool. Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 also looks great. I haven't watched any Hades 2, so I have no idea what it looks like. I haven't watched any Hollow Knight Silksong, even though I know Hollow Knight and Hollow Knight Silksong, just like Hades 1 and Hades 2, are both phenomenal masterpieces. Haven't watched any of it. And Death Stranding 2, On the Beach, same boat as Hollow Knight and Hades. I haven't watched either of those either. But Clair Obscure, actually, I've watched a lot of. And I say I haven't watched these, and when I say that, I don't mean literally like I've never even bothered to check them out. Gone in, like, I know what Hollow Knight's about in a way, like I know the gameplay style and such. It didn't interest me in the moment, but my perspective on things has changed. And so I've watched a lot of regular Hollow Knight, but I haven't watched a lot of Hollow Knight Silksong. I've watched a little bit of it. I'm not a big fan of roguelikes. Elden Ring is the only roguelike I think I've ever played, and I actually do really enjoy that, but I think that's more down to the Souls formula. Whereas I'm not really into turn-based RPGs either, but Clair Obscure Expedition 33 has really been a phenomenal game to watch. So I'm going to vote for Clair Obscure Expedition 33. Next, we have the Best Game Direction, awarded for outstanding creative vision and innovation in game direction. I think putting Ghost of Yotei and Hades 2 in this category is unfortunately setting them up a little bit for failure. And what I mean by that is, at least to me, they didn't do anything to really innovate in their fields that was like people were raving about like crazy. And that doesn't mean they're not amazing games. That just means that's what I've heard. Split Fiction, I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really pay attention to this game at all. It didn't pique my interest. I'm probably played at some point, but I don't know. I'm just gonna go and make it easy. Again, we probably know this is a Clair Obscure sweep, but Clair Obscure Expedition 33. I really think adding the parrying mechanic to the turn-based combat has changed the way in which turn-based games are going to be played. It may not be the parrying mechanic, but it may be other forms of mechanics within your turn or within the enemy's turn that really may turn that franchise and turn that game into the right direction. So I'm going to vote for Clair Obscure Expedition 33 for this one as well. Best Narrative, for outstanding storytelling and narrative development in a game. This one may come as a shock, but based on what I know as a viewer, because I haven't played any of these games, I'm actually going to go for Ghost of Yotei. I think following in Jin Sakai's story is really, really nice, and on top of that, I actually was able to delve deep into the lore of this game. I was also able to delve deep into the lore of Clair Obscure Expedition 33, and typically when I play games, I have a much different outlook, or a different outlook in general, as when I'm just watching it. However, like, I could also vote for Kingdom Come Deliverance 2, because I think this story about more or less revenge in a way definitely could be really nice. That's how I understand the story. Silent Hill F, I don't really know much about, and I know nothing about the lore of Death Stranding 2, so I'm actually going to vote for Ghost of Yotei for its way that it tells its story. And for outstanding creative and or technical achievement in artistic design and animation, for me, this is either between Clair Obscure or Ghost of Yotei. Death Stranding 2 probably isn't going to get a single vote for me, to be honest. Hades 2 and Hollow Knight Silksong, haven't delved really much into those. Then we have Ghost of Yotei and Clair Obscure. This is a tough one for me. I think both games look phenomenal, and honestly, if we're talking about technical achievements in artistic design and animation, honestly, if you voted for either Clair Obscure or Ghost of Yotei, I wouldn't blame you in the slightest. They both deserve this award. I'm gonna vote Ghost of Yotei. The reason being is, something that stands out to me a lot is, this is gonna sound really, really stupid to a lot of people, but it's the bamboo cutting mini game. A lot of times when you cut into things, you cut into it, then the animation plays, and then it comes down. And it doesn't come down in a natural way, at least from my experience. But something about Gustave with that, and then but then there's Clair Obscur, and the game just looks phenomenal, and it does such a... You know what? No, I'm actually changing my vote. I'm going Clair Obscur. The colors of this game, while the colors of Gustave are good, I think it's really unfair for me to vote based on a fucking mini game. I just think the colors... I do think the colors of Clair Obscur look much better, but that's not to say that they look bad. Next, we have best score and music for outstanding music inclusive of score, original song, and or licensed soundtrack. I haven't heard the soundtrack of any of these games except for Hollow Knight Silksong, and Hollow Knight Silksong has a phenomenal soundtrack. It has a wonderful put together masterpiece, a collage of phenomenal music. Now I've been told that the music in Clair Obscur is fantastic, but I haven't listened to it personally, and I don't want to go based on what other people are saying. I want to make my votes. So I'm going to vote for Hollow Knight Silksong in the best score and best music. Best audio design, recognizing the best in-game audio and sound design. I'm going to say Battlefield. This may be a bit of a shock, like, oh my god, he plays so many FPS games, he's addicted. Like, well, yeah, no shit, I'm addicted. I'm an FPS addict. Now, I'm gonna go back and I'm gonna play pretty much all these games, hopefully at some point in the next year. However, I've personally played Battlefield. I love the way that game sounds. The rifles, the tanks, the jets, the helicopters, the pistols, the grenades, it all just sounds really, really nice. Now, I'll admit, I have had to turn on a setting to turn down the tinnitus? I'm not sure how it's pronounced. And that has helped me a lot, but I really think that's more of a skill issue on my body than the game itself. So I'm going to vote for Battlefield 6 and Best Audio Design. Next we have Best Performance, awarded to an individual for voice-over acting, motion, and or performance capture. I cannot vote for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle in any way. I watched about 5 seconds about that game, and when I learned there was a massive snake, unless that gets a ridiculous amount of requests, I'm not gonna play it because I don't fuck with snakes. It's part of the reason why I haven't played Sekiro. Actually, it's probably the only reason. That leaves us with the other 5 contestants. I think Konatsu, after watching all of Silent Hill F, I think Konatsu does a phenomenal job in Silent Hill F, actually. I think she does a really, really good job, not just in terms of acting, but also her voice. I think the emotions are really present. Erika Ishii and Ghost of Yotei haven't watched a lot of that game in terms of where I've been really paying attention and seeing like the motions and the way she speaks. So as much as I would actually like to vote for Ghost of Yotei, I feel like I'm doing other games an injustice by voting for that. That leaves Clair Obscur and Silent Hill F. Again, I've watched the entirety of Silent Hill F. I have only watched bits and pieces of Clair Obscur, trying to stay away from main story spoilers. So I think voting for any of the voice actors or actress in Clair Obscur would be disingenuous to how I want to vote for this year. And so I'm going to give it to Konatsu Kato for Silent Hill F. I genuinely think she does a phenomenal job in that game. Next, we have Innovation Accessibility, recognizing software and or hardware that is pushing the medium forward by adding features, technology, and content to help games be played and enjoyed by even a wider audience. As someone who has played the game, I'm gonna vote Doom: The Dark Ages. I love Doom: The Dark Ages. I thought it was a really fun game. It definitely isn't as fast as Doom Eternal, but it's faster than Doom 2016. So it actually serves as a nice prequel because you get this medium speed, then it tones it down for the sequel of that, and then it ramps it up to 200 in Doom Eternal. I stopped playing FIFA games and such a long time ago. I was just tired of putting my money into it and getting fucked over and such. I actually have this relationship with FIFA and EA Sports, the way that people have with Call of Duty, which I'm gonna talk about. I tend to put things off to make them their own videos, but that's kind of how I like to do things. South of Midnight, I have no idea what they've done for innovation and accessibility, so I don't want to vote for that. Atomfall, again, game I want to play, don't know what they did. Same thing as Assassin's Creed Shadows. It says it here in the nominees, but as someone who's personally experienced what they've done with Doom: The Dark Ages, I'm going to vote for it. Phenomenal game, and I think it makes it really easy for people to jump straight in. Then we have Games for Impact, for a thought-provoking game with a pro-social meaning or message. I don't like to do this, but I am going to skip, as I've never shown any interest to any of these games, and the only game I've heard of is South of Midnight. I believe me voting for it is literally just a coin toss on who gets lucky. I would rather people vote for the games that they actually know something about. And remember, Game Awards is your opinion. If you think differently to others, that's okay. So I'm just gonna go ahead and skip Games for Impact. Next, we have Best Ongoing Game. Awarded to a game for outstanding development of ongoing content that involves the player experience over time. I am gonna vote Marvel Rivals. Their ability to keep up with their promise in releasing so many heroes at a time, as well as the innovations to the battle pass. And as someone who actually doesn't actively play the game anymore, I still see the skins and I'm like, wow, I actually want to go play this. This looks great. Now, I'll admit that Helldivers 2, Fortnite, Final Fantasy 14, and No Man's Sky could all get this award. They really all could. I've seen so much stuff about all these games, and they really could get the award for this, just from what I've seen. I've seen actually the least about Final Fantasy 14, but that's just, I'm not in the MMO community, so that might have something to do with it. And I'm gonna go ahead and vote for Marvel Rivals for best ongoing game. Next, we have best community support, recognizing a game for outstanding community support, transparency, and responsiveness, inclusive of social media activity and game updates and patches. I'm gonna vote for Baldur's Gate 3. I also want to give this to Helldivers 2 and No Man's Sky, but I just don't know enough about these games. But I actually know that this was humongous for Baldur's Gate. So I'm going to vote for Baldur's Gate for the best community support. Next, we have the best independent game. For outstanding creative and technical achievement in a game made outside the traditional publisher's system. I'm really not going to elaborate too much on this one. Clair Obscure, it's changed the way that turn-based RPGs are going to be played. I really believe that it has done more good than it is praised for. Best debut indie game. For best debut game created by a new independent publisher. I'm gonna vote Clair Obscure as well. I haven't shown any interest in any of the other 3 games. I've been told Dispatch is phenomenal. I think the puzzle roguelike system of Blueprints is kind of a turnoff, and I've never heard of Despelote. So I'm going to vote for Clair Obscure Expedition 33 as the best debut game. Next, we have the best mobile game. For the best game playable on a mobile device. I didn't realize, I know Destiny 2 is a, Destiny Rising, sorry, is a mobile game, but I haven't seen anything about it. Same thing with Persona, same thing with Sonic, so those aren't getting my vote. Wuthering Waves and Uma Musume. I'm gonna vote Uma Musume. This game blew up and died in the same month. I haven't seen a game take over like this since the Genshin Impact release. I'm gonna vote Uma Musume for best mobile game. Best VR or AR. For the best game experience playable in a virtual or augmented reality, irrespective of platform. I haven't voted for any of these, but I have at least heard of Alien Rogue Incursion, so I'm not gonna vote for this category. Best action game. For the best game in an action genre focused primarily on combat. It pains me not to vote for Ninja Gaiden. I wanted to play Ninja Gaiden so bad, but real life just fucked me around its release, and I just couldn't. I never heard of Shinobi. I'm gonna give it to Battlefield. I love Doom the Dark Ages. I love that game. But Battlefield is a better action experience, despite, you know, yes, you have single player and multiplayer. That's the big difference. But for me personally, I'm gonna vote Battlefield 6. What a phenomenal game they've made. Now we have best action adventure game. For the best action adventure game combining combat with traversal and problem solving, I'm gonna give my vote to Ghost of Yotei, because I haven't looked at any Indiana Jones and the Great Circle, and I've looked at slightly more of Death Stranding 2. And I still associate the game with Walking Simulator, though I could be totally wrong, and that's okay. Hollow Knight, Silksong, and Split Fiction. Ghost of Yotei, that game screams action adventure to me, and I love it. So, I mean, Hollow Knight, Silksong does the same, but I've actually watched a lot more Ghost of Yotei, and I really enjoy it. So I'm gonna go ahead and vote for Ghost of Yotei again, just based on my personal preference for best action adventure game. Next, we have best RPG. For the best game designed with a rich player character customization and progression, including massively multiplayer experiences. Does Clair Obscure allow you to create your own character? It doesn't, does it? I've never really done any interest in any research in Avowed. I'm gonna give my vote to Monster Hunter Wilds. Yeah, I'm gonna give it to Monster Hunter Wilds. I think having a character creator automatically is superior to just character customization. Granted, I don't know about Avowed. I'm not gonna vote for it. I've shown zero interest in the game. Outer Worlds 2, zero interest. And out of the 3 games I've shown interest in, Monster Hunter Wilds allows you to create a character, whereas the other 2 allow you to customize it only. And I believe that creating your character is customizing your character. I believe that is the same thing. I'm gonna vote for Monster Hunter Wilds as the best RPG via that description. Best fighting game. For the best game designed primarily around head-to-head combat, I have shown negative amounts of interest in any of these games. The fighting game I've actually been sucked into all year is Tekken and Smash. So I'm just gonna go ahead and skip best fighting game. Best family game. For the best game appropriate for family play, irrespective of genre or platform. If we take platform into account, the Switch is by far the more family-oriented option than the PlayStation, so Mario Kart World would get my vote. But if we're saying fuck the platform, like the description says, and the genre, Sonic Racing Crossworlds. I'm gonna give it Sonic Racing Crossworlds. The reason being is Donkey Kong Bonanza just doesn't strike me as a family-oriented game. It strikes me as a single-player, family-friendly game. So I don't believe it's appropriate for family play, but it's appropriate to be played around the family. Never heard of Lego Party and Lego Voyagers. Split Fiction, 2 players, again, appropriate to be played around the family, but I wouldn't necessarily be like, oh my god, let my family come in and play. That leaves Mario Kart World and Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is infinite times better than Mario Kart World. I'm sorry, but you don't know how often I've been tempted to sit there and go, you know what? I'm gonna go return my copy of Mario Kart World and at least get some money, because holy fuck, this game is ass. I played a lot of Mario Kart 8 towards the release of Mario Kart World with a bunch of my coworkers in hopes to kind of get ready for the release, and because a lot of us were gonna play it, we're gonna check it out, and it came out, and holy fuck, I fall asleep playing this game, and I never did that with Mario Kart 8. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is just an infinitely better game, and I personally actually played both of these. This is a category where I played the games. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds gets my vote for best family. Best sim and strategy. Best game focused on real-time and turn-based simulation or strategy gameplay, irrespective of platform. I have not heard of the last 3 or the first one, so that leaves Jurassic World Evolution 3, Simulator's Civilization. I'm gonna give it to Jurassic World Evolution 3. I recently rewatched all the Jurassic World movies, sorry. I own the first Jurassic World Evolution. I played it for a bit, and it's actually got me really interested in the third one. It looks really cool. Like, I know it's just, that we're building our own base again, oh my god. But the fact they give you an opportunity to go and tranquilize the dinosaurs, like actually get in the helicopter and aim it, and do other things along those lines is really, really cool. I love it. I'm also a sucker for dinosaurs because I'm a little kid at heart. So I'm going to give it to Jurassic World Evolution 3 for best sim and strategy game. Best sports and racing game. For the best traditional and non-traditional sports and racing game. Fuck EA, so fuck those first 2 titles. They are a bunch of greedy dickheads. So I leave Mario Kart World, Rematch, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. If EA changed their mindset, by the way, about the way they produce games and how they go about microtransactions and shit, then I'd be more than happy to talk well about them, but I'm not gonna sit here and lie. Mario Kart World is dog shit in comparison to Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. I'm just gonna say it right now. It leaves Rematch and Sonic Racing Cross Worlds. As someone who played football or soccer for America for over 12 years, like 21-ish, so I played for over 15 years. I played for 16 years. Rematch pisses me off. It's a fun game to hang out with, but there's something about when I hit the joystick and then the character goes, and the fact that during a sprint my character will naturally just lose the ball. Like, it's different if I kick it super hard and then they lose it, but to naturally just run straight over the ball, you're not going to do that in real life. You're going to slow down to make sure the ball is as in front of you as it can be, but you're not going to overrun the ball in your own sprint. You're not fucking doing that. And again, it's not supposed to be real. I mean, if you see the game, see the cartoon, it's just something, it's a personal gripe I have with the game. So that's why I don't like Rematch. Sonic Racing Cross Worlds is super, super fun, and I really enjoy the Sonic franchise as a whole. I also enjoy Mario Kart as a whole. This game fucking blows cock. If they improve it, I'll be willing to say it gets much better. I'm not gonna lie. So for that, Sonic Racing Cross Worlds gets my vote for best sports and racing game. We're into the final 10 votes. Best multiplayer game. Oh shit. For outstanding online multiplayer gameplay and design, including a co-op and massively multiplayer experiences, irrespective of game genre or platform. Now, for the meme, I should just pick P, but I'm not going to, because I never played it. Never played Split Fiction either. I'm going to piss a lot of people off. I never played Arc Raiders. Watched it a lot. Never played it. I've watched a lot of Battlefield 6 and played Battlefield 6. I've watched a lot of Elden Ring Night Rain and played a lot of Elden Ring Night Rain. I am going to vote for Elden Ring Night Rain. And here's why. Haven't played P. Haven't played Split Fiction, haven't played Arc Raiders. Battlefield 6 and Elden Ring are my last 2 votes. The community in Battlefield 6 is really starting to fucking piss me off, and here's why. Medics outright refusing to revive at all are turning the game into a fucking annoyance. The game is designed around each person playing their role. It's designed around Assault going and leading the fray and capturing objectives. It's led around engineers destroying buildings and objectives, vehicles, excuse me. Led around supports supplying their team with ammo and health and reviving people while also laying down covering fire. It's played around recons, getting information, and leading and giving their team the information they need to succeed. It's played around these 4 roles. I believe there is no bad way other than playing like a pussy to play Assault. I believe it's bad an engineer to not blow up vehicles and destroy equipment. I believe it's bad of the support not to revive and resupply teammates, and I believe it's bad of recon not to supply information, just play like a normal soldier. It's just, I like to play the game how that is played. If you're looking for a game where you just want to shoot people, go play Call of Duty. As a Call of Duty player, I will welcome you, because when I get on Battlefield, I want the game to be played like the fucking roles. It's just who I am. But Elden Ring Night Rain, that, I love boss fights. I've said this time and time again, and I will die on this hill. It is the pinnacle of gaming for me. I would say if I give boss fights overall in gaming a 10 out of 10, I give in-depth storytelling a 9 out of 10. Like, it's so close. Elden Ring Night Reign multiplayer has been super, super fun. It's my first introduction to a roguelike, and I've liked it a lot more, so I may play more. But the way you can play with your friends is just super fun. The revive mechanic makes actually a good amount of sense. I really like the way it's done. Like, okay, if you get into good positions and you spread the boss out enough, especially the Tricephalos who splits into 3, you can revive teammates, and it makes it much more enjoyable, I should say. For those reasons, plus my own personal experience with friends, I'm going to give best multiplayer to Elden Ring Night Reign. Next, we have best adaptation, recognizing an outstanding creative work that faithfully and authentically adapts a video game to another entertainment and media. The Until Dawn movie is I hate scary movies because I get scared. I don't like being scared, and I was not scared. That movie fucking blows. It also is not faithful to Until Dawn, the game, in the slightest. That leaves us with the other 4. Never even heard of Splinter Cell Deathwatch. Devil May Cry looks like a banger, but I don't know Devil May Cry, so I can't go for that. The Minecraft movie literally had people screaming in theaters, throwing popcorn, and it became a fucking running internet sensation for weeks, if not months. So I'm gonna vote for a Minecraft movie. There are still memes being released about it to this day. Next up, most anticipated game. I think it is so unfair to put any game in the same category as GTA 6, especially most anticipated. It doesn't matter how many times they delay the game. With the leaked clips that have gone out, this fucking game has got to be a masterpiece. With the shit that is going on in it, people are expecting this game to be a phenomenal best. For me, the most anticipated game, it's Marvel's Wolverine and The Witcher 4. So realistically, I should vote for one of those. What is my most anticipated game? But we all know GTA 6 is gonna win this award. But I'm gonna vote for Marvel's Wolverine. I haven't played The Witcher too much, but I know that Ciri, being the main character, is a humongous deal in The Witcher lore. It created a lot of controversy on its release. I think Wolverine is cool as shit. I used to hate Wolverine as a kid. I used to not like the X-Men really at all, and the Fantastic Four. I just didn't really like them too much. As I've grown up now, I haven't watched the newest Fantastic Four movie. I actually do like the Fantastic Four and the X-Men. I'm gonna vote for Marvel's Wolverine as my most anticipated game. Content Creator of the Year. We have for a streamer or content creator who has made an important and positive impact on the gaming community in 2025. I'm probably in the minority about this. I do not like Kai Cenat at all. I think any Twitch streamer who specializes in IRL content, has led to the downfall of Twitch. I'm just gonna say it. Not that if you've done IRL content, that's one thing. If you specialize in it, like that's the majority of your content, or at least up there to almost the majority, yeah, I believe that's part of the problem. Twitch used to be about gaming. Now it's all about who can embarrass who the most in public, who can flex their money, who has whatever. And it sucks, and I hate it. Yes, Kai Cenat did those massive marathons, but I'm gonna be honest, I didn't really care too much about them. I've never heard of Sakura Miko, so I'm not gonna vote for her. Burnt Peanut, I've seen his clips. I definitely think he's done really well in terms of gaming, because I've seen a lot of people rally behind him with like funniness, and I haven't really seen anyone talk too much shit about him. But I haven't shown a lot of personal interest, so I'm not going to vote for Burnt Peanut, but I can see why he would win this award. Moist Critical and Cadril, I'm going to say right now, Moist Critical is really cool. I like him a lot. I think he has some pretty good takes about most things, and I think I like watching his gameplay videos just because I think it's a really authentic experience. But no fucking content creator gets me amped up for fucking esports like Cadril. I love Cadril. He is so entertaining. He also provides analytical debates about the games. He has genuine conversations with his chat. He rides along with the memes. Like, I like League of Legends, watching it. I hate playing it, but I like watching it. I would watch, when Worlds comes on, I break my sleep schedule for Cadril. And I've got to a point where I watch Cadril as soon as, when I wake up, if I go to Twitch, I see if Cadril's streaming sometimes. If he's not, then I just go, because I always look for something to put on while I'm taking care of things about my day. Cadril is now Baldril. If you know, you know. Best esports game. For the game that has delivered the best overall esports experience to players, inclusive of tournaments, community support, and content updates, irrespective of genre or platform. I'm gonna vote League of Legends. There is not another esports game, in my opinion, like League of Legends. CS2 always does a great job, or Counter-Strike in general. Dota, I've gotten to Dota last year. It was good. I didn't watch the invitationals this year, but Mobile Legends Bang Bang, never heard of it. Valorant, I just think I have a distaste for Valorant now. I think as much time as how much as I tried to be really good at that game, like, and I was getting better, I just don't think I'm done with Valorant. I rebuilt my computer, and the first thing I was asked by a couple of my friends was, are you gonna reinstall Valorant? And I just said no, and to this day I haven't. I also haven't uninstalled League of Legends, but holy fuck, I love League of Legends esports. It's so fucking good. League of Legends esport, best esport game. Best esports athlete. The esports athlete judged to be the most outstanding for performance and conduct in 2025, irrespective of game. I'm gonna vote Chovy. I think despite how good of a year Chovy had, and the fact it ended in such a sour way, unfortunately, for his, like, he's just known as a choker, I really think that he just time and time again shows really good sportsmanship. Forsaken can also be my vote because I have watched the rise of Forsaken and watch how good he's been, and it's been really amazing to watch him, just the highlights and such. I'm gonna vote Chovy from League of Legends from Gen G as my best esports athlete of the year. We have best esports team, recognizing a specific esports team, not the full organization. Judged the most outstanding for performance and conduct 2025. The fact that T1 is not up here, I mean, yeah, okay, they didn't have the best year, but they won Worlds, and it's just like, I'm gonna vote Gen G. I haven't followed any of these. No, I followed NRG and Valorant though. Vitality is like a super. Vitality is a super team. I'm gonna vote Team Vitality in Counter-Strike. This team is a super team, so they're expected to win everything, but I love how competitive they are, and I love how much they get in the other team's face. And I just think it's either Gen G League or Team Vitality CS. NRG won, and that's awesome, and I'm very happy for them, obviously. I just can't vote for them over these two teams. I'm gonna vote Team Vitality from CS. Following them has just been phenomenal, and I've really been enjoying it, and I really am happy for the lineage and the legacy that this organization is currently leaving. I'm actually gonna vote for the Player's Choice will come on December 1st, 4th, and the 8th. So when I'll drop a video around these times, and I will discuss what I voted for and why. But that's gonna be it for, holy shit, I made it 40 minutes. I cut the time down around 40 to 50 minutes of last year, so definitely have less to edit, and that's kind of nice in a way. Thank you guys for tuning in today. That is my Game of the Year awards. Let me know what you think down in the comments below. If you guys disagree with any of my votes, please let me know why. Again, the Game of Awards are, yes, while they're a popularity contest, I like to think of them as a personal vote preference, just because I don't want to vote for just whatever's popular, because I think it's stupid. I want to vote for what I genuinely believe. If you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a thumbs up on the video. It really helps the channel grow. It allows me to know that you're enjoying the content. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos in the future. Until next time, this is Dia signing off. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace, guys.
I want to detect you, I detect these fucking nuts, pussy.